We are not health professionals. We are health advocates, and all of our opinions are our own.
So our emotional and our mental health are so tightly connected to our physical health. And I realized that while I was dealing with all of my physical health symptoms and I was working out and I was eating well and all this, my stress levels were still really high. I had a lot of unprocessed trauma I hadn't dealt with. And I kind of had this light bulb moment of I can't fix my physical health until I fix my emotional health. And so I began a pretty deep dive journey of dealing with some pretty big, intense trauma and emotional triggers, and really, living in this world. We're sinners, we live with sinners, so we all are going to have some level of combination of things that aren't good for us. And so I began to rework that. I had pretty crippling anxiety and depression and all the fun things you typically have. And I kind of started to push the normal of the fact that I had all of those things and started learning how to not push those emotions down, not see them as a bad thing, but simply see them as tools to help me get closer to healing. And so I started to learn really how our brains work, how our bodies work. And that is when I really, really saw a shift in my physical healing. And when I started, with therapy, and I started using a lot of pretty deep tools to help with that. And so that's really what led me on my journey to becoming a health advocate, because I was so lonely in those years. I was a young teenager, and all of my friends, you get sick and they kind of disappear overnight, and you kind of find yourself on this journey alone with not much encouragement. It was me and my mom.
Mm.
And I kind of born from that was just this desire to not let anybody else ever feel like that. And so I come alongside women now and I help them heal. I kind of help take a full approach to their health. And I have become incredibly passionate about helping people heal their mental side of things. I deal with a lot of abuse and trauma survivors. And I'm so passionate about it. I help young girls who are in very similar situations as mine. And it's just like the most fulfilling, beautiful thing ever. And so my mom and I now run A Time to Heal. We help women not only help them heal, but we help them start their own businesses, help them flourish and thrive. And so that's sort of my roundabout journey as to how I came to the natural side of things. I was very resistant for many years. I thought all of the hippy dippy woo stuff was weird, and now it's my entire life.
Thank you for watching this clip of Those Are the Girls with Mallory and Friends. You can watch the full episode here on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts.